Hey guys, Kinsey here, and today I'm going to talk about some pretty awesome Halloween games for your Halloween evening plans. And I'm trying to keep them kind of different, I guess. They're unique choices, so we'll see what you think. So, first off is going to be Luigi's Mansion. And if you haven't played this game, I highly recommend it. It's perfect for this time of year and everything as well. It does a really good job of still being like a kid friendly game, but also being a little bit spooky at the same time. I definitely had a couple times playing this game where I was like, oh, it's kind of scary. And then I was like, Kidsy, this game is for children. But this is a great game to play, like, with your kids if you want to do something spooky with them, or for the kid at heart, because I love it. So, you play as Luigi. It's Luigi's time to shine. But you're looking for Mario, who, like, went to this mansion because he got a letter in the mail that he's got this mansion thing, so then he basically gets, like, lost / captured / whatever, and you have to go save him. And it's awesome because Luigi is terrified throughout most of the game, and he's always, like, shaking, and he always looks super scared, and he'll, like, jump when, like, a ghost comes up behind him, and it's adorable. And so this one, Luigi teams up with Professor Egad to vacuum up ghosts, basically. It's really fun. He, like, goes through and he'll, like, shake something, ghost might come out, and it's all dark. He's got his flashlight, and he's like, the whole time you can also call for Mario. So in Luigi's little scared, timid voice, he's like, Mario, Mario, and it's adorably, hilariously fun. And if you love this game, they also had it come out on the 3DS, which this one was also fantastic, and you could play it co-op. So another awesome choice, especially if you have kids on Halloween night. Have them set up with some 3DSs while you drink a little and wait for trick-or-treaters. Sounds like a great night to me. So, also highly recommended. Alright, and if you've watched my videos before, you know I always pair some beers with my games. So, the first beer up is the Dunkel Lager, The Fearless Youth, by Grimm Brothers Brewhouse. And this is in Colorado, and I'm pretty excited to try it. I saw this, I was like, Grimm Brothers Brewing? And it says, like, fabled fermentation, and, like, the whole can has, like, little skulls on it. I thought it was perfect, especially for after Luigi's Mansion. Alright, so let's give this a try. It's very, like, malty, like, smelling. It smells very yeasty. What I like about kind of, like, Dunkel lagers is they're a dark lager. Dunkel's a German style, and it tastes very, like, it has the maltiness, but it's not heavy. It's still a lager at heart, so it's still, like, a light, dark beer. So if you think to yourself, I don't really like dark beers, maybe try, like, a black lager, a Dunkel lager, something like that, because they're, like, not super common and a lot of people don't drink them, but they're well worth it, especially when they're an awesome Halloween-themed can. Alright, next up is a game for your party if you want to go super retro. If you want to watch some, like, 70s horror movies and play some games, and this one I highly recommend. And that is Haunted House on the 2600. You can go back to, what, like 1982 when this came out? You know, break out your wood paneling, and this is perfect. You're basically, you play as this character, and you're looking for pieces of an urn. And I think there's 9 levels in total in this game. They each get harder. And then there's, like, bats and tarantulas you have to avoid, and you're trying to find 3 pieces of an urn in order, that's how you win. You have to get out alive with the urn. And your character is just, like, these little eyeballs, so you're basically going around these haunted houses just as eyeballs, and it actually is kind of endearing that way because it is on the Atari 2600, so it's pretty cool, and it gets pretty, like, intense for an Atari game. Like, there's parts where you can't see the walls, so you have to, like, light a match, and you can use the match as much as you want, but it's only a limited time. So it's pretty cool, and they actually did a pretty good job. And if you like adventure on the 2600, you'll like this. And if you just want something fun and retro for your Halloween party, strongly recommend. Alright, and then next up is a great game if you just want to, like, hang out and drink with your friends. This is perfect. And that is, dun da da, Zombies Ate My Neighbors. It's so fun. It's just, like, super arcadey. You can play it 2 players simultaneous, which is perfect. And you basically just play as these kids trying to save these people during this like zombie infestation, basically. And it's like kind of silly. Most people know like one of the main characters has the 3D glasses, so a lot of people know that. But it's really, really fun. You're basically you clear a level by saving all the people. So, and some of them are kind of hard to get to. There's some pretty intense levels, especially like there's one level where there's like chainsaw guys chasing you, and you can't kill them, so you're just like running from them. But you need them, so you can't get too far away because you're in like a hedge maze basically, and they can cut through the maze to get to other areas that you need to be at, but they also are gonna kill you. So it gives it a cool little intense like arcadey feel, and it's super fun to just play with your friends. So another one I strongly recommend. All right, and then next up is another beer, and this is actually my favorite pumpkin beer of the season. So this is Elysian's Punkucinno, and it's a coffee pumpkin ale. And it took me a little while to try this one when it came out because I was like, coffee pumpkin, ugh. Like, it sounds gross. But it's so good. And it's called Punkucinno, which I think is one of the most fun words to say ever. So just say it, Punkucinno. Yeah, it's great. All right. And it has like a really like strong coffee smell, but you can also kind of smell like a hint of pumpkin and more like actual pumpkin instead of pumpkin spice. Oh, it's so good. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like super smooth and absolutely wonderful. Elysian Brewing is in Seattle, and it's actually kind of known for its like array of pumpkin beers. And they have some wonderful ones too. They have like Dark of the Moon, and the most popular is Night Owl and the Great Pumpkin. But I seriously think Punkucinno is so unique and just, it's just delicious. All right. And then next up is such a good game. And this I think is perfect for if you have a group of friends who have a lot of time on their hands, are okay spending like 4 to 6 hours like playing this game with you, because it was well worth it. And that is Until Dawn. It's basically like a teen slasher movie, and it's kind of an adventure game where your actions could kill characters off, and by the end of the game, you can see how many of the teens survived. And it does play on a lot of kind of fun horror movie tropes as well, but it's also pretty scary. And that's why I kind of liked the way that I played it. Was basically we had a group of people, probably like 5 or 6 of us, and we would hand off the controller either when we didn't want to play anymore or we got scared, because, I don't know, with me, like, that's my thing sometimes with scary games, is when you're the driver, it's way scarier, I think, than when you're just watching. So having that little break, but being able to continue with the story was really fantastic. So I can't recommend this game enough. I wasn't even going to play it all in one shot the first time we did, but, I mean, we did, and it was fantastic. And it's such a good game. I think it'd be perfect for a Halloween party where you guys just want to, like, stay up late and play a game. And this is perfect. And everyone got so invested in the character, like, I accidentally killed a person off, and everyone's like, good job, Kinsey, you killed Chris. And, like, but it was really fun. It does have, like, a little bit of cool supernatural twist to it. It's perfect for what it is. I absolutely love it. And I think the year it came out, it was kind of one of my top games because I had such a great experience playing it. All right. And next up, I think, is a perfect game for if you're going to sit at home alone and play a game and you want something unique but still very scary. And that pick for me is Eternal Darkness. And if you haven't heard of this game is so crazy. So it's developed by Silicon Knights, published by Nintendo, and I believe it was one of the first like M-rated games published by Nintendo. So that alone, like, if it's not amazing, like, they might not put their name on it. So, which is awesome that they did, because this game is so incredibly unique. It was in development for a while. It was originally supposed to be on the Nintendo 64, but eventually got its release on the GameCube. And it was kind of a sleeper hit. It wasn't initially that popular, but I think it's definitely gone down in history as a cult classic. And it was even gonna get a second one, but that ended up not happening because Silicon Knights, I think they went bankrupt, so they couldn't do it. But anyways, This game is crazy. You're basically investigating your grandfather's murder, and you're finding out he was like into all this crazy shit. So you end up playing in like, a bunch of different characters all in different time periods trying to like solve this mystery, and it's so awesome. And the really unique thing about this game is you also get a sanity meter. So if your meter is like not doing so hot, you're gonna start seeing some crazy shit. And it's just so like unique, I think. It's not just like scary and like, zombies or whatever, but it just adds this whole new element that like you can go insane basically, and it's so cool. It is a little bit of a slow burn, I think. It did take me a little bit to get into it, but then once I did, I was so impressed. So this is a great one if you just want to like sit at home, drink some wine, play a scary game. Perfect. All right, and next up is going to be my final beer, and this is actually my first international beer, so all my stuff has pretty much all been local for the most part to Washington, Oregon, and a couple outside. But so this is Dark Island, and it's the authentic Arcadian ale from the Orkney Brewery in Scotland. So it's won numerous awards. It's called Dark Island. Like, I thought it was gonna be perfect for my first international beer, and I'm really excited to try it. It's like has kind of like a malty smell. It's good. It's actually really good. It does taste different from the Pacific Northwest beers that I'm used to, but it's made with chocolate and crystal malt to give this really like smooth kind of chocolatey coffee-y flavor, and then it kind of finishes with kind of red fruits or like figs or things like that. So it has like kind of a really complex flavor actually. You can find these flavors on a Dark Island, I think. All right, so those are my games for different scenarios for your Halloween night choices, parties, whatever. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. Like, what games are you going to be playing this Halloween? So, thank you for watching. You can find me on the internet at Kinzilla, Kinszilla, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and happy Halloween!